Sorry, my language. I'm really sorry about swearing so much. Hello everyone, I'm going to try to do this in one take. It's not going to fucking happen, but I'm going to try. Anyway, Loucifer and Baz, thank you for nominating me to, well, Baz mainly, for nominating the Dollar Man to take on the 20 questions horror challenge thingy, getting to know you, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, so I've written all the questions down, got me the old trusty notebook, thanks Tina, to write my answers down, and then otherwise I'm going to fucking forget them out because that's what I do. And yeah, I'm going to try and do it and see how we get on. Anyway, that's a really shit intro, and I'm sorry. Hopefully my answers are a bit more interested in that pile of bollocks. Anyway, I'm sorry. Tina said I could swear, so if it offends you, well, it's fucking tough shit, innit? So, sorry. Anyway, right. So the first question is, if it could be a horror protagonist, who would it be? As I thought about it, and to be fair, I'm an 80s horror movie fan, so I went with Nancy Thompson. Basically, she fought a fucking sleep demon, didn't she? Who fucking does that every day? She come out, she won it. Freddy got fucked off. Plus, I'm meeting Heather Langenkamp, so I've got to say that at HorrorCon in a couple of weeks, to be fair. About 2 weeks. Is it 2 weeks? Fucking good in 2 weeks. I'm going to meet Heather Langenkamp, get her to sign me Nightmare on Elm Street 3 poster with Rest at Dream Warriors. Happy days. So if she does see this, which she fucking won't do, yeah, I need to do it, don't I? So that's why I've had to say her. Back. Saying that you have no idea that because that's just a quick cut, but I did just take a break then. Anyway, question 2. Oh, it's like fucking Deal or No Deal, isn't it? Not Deal or No Deal. Who wants to be a millionaire? So, if it could be a horror antagonist, who would it be? Now, despite what I said in my first question about Nancy beating the Dream Demon, who fucking else am I going to be but Freddy Krueger? Because he gets in, so he's like fucking Santa Claus, isn't he? He sees you when you're sleeping and he knows when you're awake. Because when you're awake, he can't fucking get you. And he gets pissed off with it. So yeah, Freddy Krueger. Because to be fair, as much as Nancy beat him, he didn't half fucking get rid of a lot of him. Yeah, he was a badass. 3. What would be my weapon of choice? To be fair, if I was planning on doing someone in, because I'm a big fan of slasher movies, that'd be a big fucking blade, isn't it? So I've got Chuck uses a knife. In fact, he doesn't use a scalpel. That's gonna fucking hurt. You've got machetes, you've got fucking the cutting knives, whatever. Anyway, got blades on Freddy's fingers, whatever. Any one of them, do me. Although, just, the thought of sticking something in someone. Blech. Nope. No thanks. But yeah, if I had to, I'd do it. There's a few who'd fucking like to do it too. Yeah, anyway, there you go. Number 4, would you survive the zombie apocalypse? Would I fuck? Can't run, need me food, and I'm a bit of a fanny. That's it. Oh, bear with me. Alright, 5. So, stuck in a cabin with 3 people from horror, I suppose it can be good or bad, I don't suppose it matters, to fend off more horror bad guys. But who would I be with? Okay, obviously the Evil Dead's Ash, Baz, spot on. When he chose that, got to choose it myself. We've all seen what he can do when he's fucking stuck in a cabin, haven't we? So yeah, easy. Pinhead. And the reason I picked Pinhead is I think you could just have a decent conversation with him. Bit of an actual proper conversation with him. Like Ash, he's a bit, if you watch him in Ash versus Evil Dead, he's a bit of a dick. To be fair, he's brilliant, but still a bit of a dick. This Pinhead, you get some top-notch combo, because that's what kids say. And Megan Halsey from Reanimator, just for the female contingent, plus Barbara Crampton, obviously. She's one of my favourite actors, Barbara Crampton from 80s horror. Although I know Tina's not a fan of Chopping Mall, and I will get back to that when I do my worst horror movie, because it's like payback. But yeah, Megan Halsey, Barbara Crampton, Happy Days, and please can I pick 4, because I'd have to have Jeffrey Combs in there as well, because they make a right double act. Yeah, that's it. 3 and just 1 on top if I can get there. Oh yeah, this is the question. 6, your least favourite horror movie. So Baz in particular, I'm really sorry, but you know, I fucking hate Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I know people love it, I get why they love it, but I fucking hate it. There's something about it I just can't do with. I think the ideas are there, but I just think it's one of the most overrated horror movies of all time. I do. I just don't like it. I just do not think it's that good a movie at all. Although to be fair, I'll give it its due. It's better than the 2022 or whatever it was remake, because that is just fucking wank. But sorry, my language. I'm really sorry about swearing so much. So I'll go on to number 7. Which horror movie do you remember watching first? This is always sticks in my head. Went out with my mum to one of her friends, and obviously sat there, the telly's on in the background, and the movie that was on was Halloween 1978. I'll always remember it. It freaked me the fuck out when I first saw it, but that being said, kind of made me the horror movie fan that I am, because it kind of set me on my way. Don't get me wrong, I was only a little nipper of a kid. I was still in primary school, but yeah, it's an absolute cracker. Yeah, and it as much as it scared the shit out of me, it just made me the fan I am now. So there you go. Ultimate Scream Queen goes back to Halloween 1978. I don't think anybody could disagree that Jamie Lee Curtis is the ultimate Scream Queen of all time. When you look at it, you look back at Halloween 78, you've got The Fog in 1980, you've got Terror Train in 1980, and she's just carried on and on and on, and she's just, you know, horror movie there, and she's still doing it now, 2022, and she's in Halloween Ends. And I think there are some up and comers, but I don't think anyone will overtop her, to be fair. But yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis, easy, she'll take some beating. Don't think anyone would ever overtake her. And I look forward to receiving a graphic novel, as and when Amazon get their head out of their arse rather, and get it sorted, get it sent, because I'm really looking forward to that. Number 9 already. I bet you'll be glad about that when you get to the end. Get me off this fucking camera. What horror movie genuinely scares you? To be fair, I don't really get scared of horror movies now. But like back in the day when I was a kid, I think it's more scenes than movies themselves that really scare me. So like Halloween 1978, as much as that scared the shit out of me, what the creepiest scene in it is when Michael Myers just comes out from behind that fucking edge. Honestly, he just stood there in the street as they're walking down, and Laurie Strode just, you know, sees him, you know, bleh, whatever. That'll have to stay in because I'm not stopping now. So that scene freaked me out as a kid. I think it's still quite a chilling scene now. There's not much to it, but it's just freaky. And speaking of other scenes, it's probably the Tina's death scene, Nightmare on Elm Street. Brutally fucking brutal. There's brutal in this fucking brutal, and that one takes some beating. Number 10. What would your horror Mount Rushmore look like? Where the fuck do I start? 80s horror is the greatest. Late 70s. There's a couple of late 70s movies that are in there before the 80s, but the 80s is my deal. However, Michael Myers will be on there. And to be fair, that'd be quite a simple one to fucking carve out, because, you know, there's no wrinkles, there's no shit like that. It's just a fucking white face. Easy done. But then you get onto Freddy, who's got a bit more to it. So I'm fairly there. Jason, just fucking knocking ass shit. I'll probably go with Pinhead. I think Pinhead's quite an iconic character. And again, I'm saying that because I look forward to meeting him at HorrorCon in a couple of weeks' time. And so because he's only little, I'll probably throw Chucky on there as well. You know, just nestled between Michael and Jason, maybe. Just chilling out in the bosom of those two. Because he is a bit of a cool dude. I'd have to have him in there. And then I'd probably wait for General Zod and his cronies just to nip in, do what they did in Superman 2 and change it all to, I don't know, Crampton, Coombs and Campbell. What can you do? Easy. If you need me page rattling, it's because I've got the old book out. Oh, thank you to Tina for that because it's fucking cool. So my favourite horror movie quote. There's a lot, but the up pinhead will tear your soul apart. We have got there's none from Jason, there's none from Mark because they don't fucking speak. So I think for me, I've got to agree with Baz. Welcome to prime time, bitch. Is probably one of the most iconic lines in any horror movie, and I think I keep aware I'm looking away from the camera, so I'm sorry. I'm sure you'll get over it. But yeah, welcome to Prime Time, bitch. I think it's instantly recognisable as a Nightmare on Elm Street film. It's Freddy Krueger. I don't think there's any doubt in that, and it comes from probably the best of the Nightmare on Elm Street sequels. That one, there you go. Favourite horror movie director, and again, seriously, I'm probably getting fucking boring now because it all comes across the same movie. But Wes Craven, when you look back, Hills Have Eyes and whatever else he's done before, and you've got Nightmare on Elm Street and then you've got Scream and whatever else he's done is a fucking class act. So he's directing my favourite horror movie, Nightmare on Elm Street. Look through his catalogue, there is some good shit in there. But obviously you've got to give credit to someone like John Carpenter as well, George Romero, all those. There's such a lot of directors who have brought out some classic fucking horror movies. Stuart Gordon in the 80s when he's got Coombs and Crampton, you've got Reanimator, you've got From Beyond, stuff like that is incredible. There's a lot to choose from, but because of Nightmare on Elm Street, I have to go with Wes Craven. I can't not. Unlucky 13. Favourite horror movie TV series? Well, I'm agreeing with Baz again, and I think Tales from the Crypt is a fucking classic series. I'm a big fan of anthology shows and movies, and this is one of the best of them. If not, I'm not saying one of the best, it is the best anthology series, horror anthology series of all time. I won't say anthology series as a general thing because you got like stuff like The Twilight Zone. I love that as well. But yeah, I think Tales from the Crypt is just a classic. When you see that the opening titles, and you end up and the Crypt Keeper's there, doing whatever he's doing. There's some funny shit in that. John Cassier as the Crypt Keeper is fantastic. How he puts that on is incredible. But yeah, you just always know that you're in for a fun time. And it shows in each and every episode of that series. It's just amazing. It's brilliant. And if you've never seen it, fucking why not? Get out there and do it. It's a classic. Okay, 14. Have to go out on a date with a horror antagonist, who would it be? See, this is not an easy question to answer, and it took me a while to think about it. But Tiffany from The Bride of Chucky. Alright? Fair enough, she's a buxom lady, fine. But can you just imagine going out on a night out with Tiffany from Bride of Chucky and following on in the series and stuff? Can you imagine the crazy shit that she would get up to and get you dragged into? You would be fucking living off that for your life. So yeah, I think it'd just be fucking incredible. She's one crazy bitch. Sorry, didn't mean that. Cut that out if you like. She's one crazy lady. But yeah, I think she's, I think it's cracking, and I just think it. You'd never forget it, would you? There you go. Number 15. See, we're getting no close to the end now, and that's getting to the time where I fuck off and you get rid of me. If you're watching, that is. You might not be watching, so I won't blame you either way. Anyway, which horror movie do you wish you could watch for the first time again? Oh, I'm gonna be fucking boring again and say Nightmare on Elm Street. If I could experience the first time watching that again, God, it'd be incredible. I always remember the first time I did see it, back when I was about 10. No, that's a lie. I wasn't 10 at all. That was bullshit. I was probably about 12 or 13. And yeah, it was just something that will always stick in my head. It is an amazing movie. When you get your first glimpse of Freddy, Tina's death scene, you've got Glenn's room gushing blood up the fucking walls and the ceiling. You've got Nancy cementing the place as a final girl with some fucking serious Home Alone shit. Seriously, I think Home Alone was influenced by Nancy. Excuse me. By Nancy, knocking shit out of Freddy in her house. I'm telling you, influential. But yeah, just to see that again, I think that'd be something else. I really do. But never mind. I'm a bit too old for that shit. It's never gonna happen. Fuck me, I'd love it. 16. My favourite horror movie subgenre. I really don't think this will take much working out for anybody who might be watching this fucking video, because I've talked about Freddy, I've talked about Jason, I've kind of mentioned him. I've talked about Mr. Myers, Chucky, the lot. It's quite simple that I fucking love the slasher genre. And it's not just them. If you look, there are some really fucking great movies out there that are lesser known. One that I've just sent across for Tina and Baz to watch is called The Burning. It's from 1981. It stars a young Jason Alexander of Seinfeld. Is that right? Fame. Fisher Stevens, fucking Short Circuit and all that jazz. It's brilliant. It's an absolute classic. It's in the mould as for Friday the 13th. I think if you look at Friday the 13th now, it's kind of there's a couple of scenes that are influenced from stuff that happened in The Burning. But yeah, it's one I would definitely recommend. I hope Tina and Baz enjoy it. I certainly do. But yeah, check that one out. Yeah, and that's John's recommendation of the day. Yeah, sorry, Dollar Man's recommendation of the day. I'm not doing it.
I'll buy that for $1.
Next. 17. Favourite horror movie personality met or would like to meet. So my list is not really extensive, unlike Tina and Baz, who have met all sorts of people. We did our first for the love of horror last year. However, I think from that, the favourite person I met, as much as I loved meeting the Dream Warriors and Jennifer Rubin, who I had a crush on when I was younger, I have to say Tim Capello. Tim Capello was a top man. He was so friendly. He was great with everyone that he was meeting, happy to pose for a selfie, happy to stay and chat. He put on a fucking show that was top notch. And this is a man who's like in his fucking 70s. Yeah, and he was just brilliant. And I'm so happy that he's coming back again this year. And we will be meeting him again, because I fucking love him. Seriously, it's like a man crush now. But yeah, and all this is like, what did he say, 12 seconds in The Lost Boys? Fucking legendary. Who the fuck gets famous? You're only supposed to be famous 15 seconds. This man's famous for life for fucking 12. But yeah, he was brilliant, and he was a top man to me, and I'm sorry, I keep swearing, but I fucking love meeting him. And as for who I'd like to meet, all I can say is a triple C. So we've got Bruce Campbell, Jeffrey Combs, and Barbara Crampton. So for the love of horror, if you're watching this, if you can get any of them fuckers this year, honestly, I will be indebted to you for life. And I'm sorry for pointing, that is really rude, so I'm stopping it right now. But yeah, do it. It'd be great. Make it fucking happen. I would love it. Okay, so number 18. Who do you look up to and why? So it sounds like a general question, but because of it's a horror edition, 20 question segment, get to know you thing, it's obviously going to be from horror, because if it was general, I'd say the missus. I'd say my wife Beth, obviously, that goes without saying. However, as this is a horror themed question and answer session, again, because I'm a fan of the 80s and stuff like that, late 70s and the whole of the 80s, and into the early 90s as well, I've got to look at people like, you got Robert Englund as Freddy Krueger, you got Jamie Lee Curtis, John Carpenter, Coombs Crampton, George Romero, Tom Savini. Tom Savini is, despite what I have heard about him and how he might be a bit of a dick, I would love to meet the fella. The man is a fucking legend when it comes to special effects. Practical effects at that. And through the 80s, it's just everywhere. He did The Burning as well. So there you go. I think he did The Burning. I'm pretty sure he did. Anyway, well there you go. So there's another reason to watch it. But it's amazing. Honestly, these are guys that I would always look to when it comes in terms of horror. They are just absolutely incredible. Don't get me wrong, there are more. Of Wes Craven, for crying out fucking loud. Why have I not mentioned him? But yeah, they are, in terms of horror, they are people I would look up to, and they are people, any aspiring filmmaker or whatever, actor who wants to get into the biz should look up to. There are no people better. Yeah, wonderful. So number 19, even closer now. You're gonna die. Which way do you want to go? I ain't got a fucking clue. So all I wrote down was 3 words: in my sleep. Although I was gonna say because I wouldn't know it, but if it's like Freddy Krueger coming for me, I know it, don't I? But either way, just in my sleep. That'd do. I do think, yeah, I don't want no one sticking knives in me though, like Freddy does. I don't know. If it's quick and in my sleep, boom. I'm sorry, I struggle with that question. And now question number 20. And I'm gonna kind of, yeah, I don't know. You'll either like this answer or not. I know someone who won't like it. Anyway, if you could make a horror movie, what would the premise be? So I thought about this, and it would be absolutely nothing new. I would do what I could to make a decent Texas Chainsaw Massacre flick. Because there has not been one from the original to the 2022 thing that has been fucking decent. The first one I hated. The second one I hated. I hated the fucking lot of them. I'm so sorry to any fan of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre out there that I just don't like it. And it's just my own opinion, and I'm sure I might be fucking wrong. But I'm also sure I'm not the only one who doesn't like it. So I just think, while there's an idea there, a good idea there, I think there are better directors. I'm not saying that I'm a better director than anybody, but I think I just think it could be done so much better, and I think it could be done in a way that I might enjoy it more. But I think as far as my ideas go, I'm not going to go with your premise because I haven't really thought that far about it, but it's just what I'd want to do. Excuse me, it's just what I'd want to do. I don't know. Well, failing that, how about a big one? How about Freddy versus Jason versus fucking Leatherface versus Pinhead versus Chucky versus Michael versus Ash? Ash can be the fucking protagonist. Them not the antagonist, and Ash can go chainsaw the fucking lot of them. Costs a lot of money that though, innit? It was good. Anyway, either way, I just make a decent Texas Chainsaw Massacre flick. So yeah, anyway, that's that done. Thanks to Tina, well, Baz mainly, because Baz is the one who picked the Dollar Man, and Tina for nominating me. I don't really have anyone that I can nominate, so what I will say is I will nominate anyone who watches this and listens to me talk a load of bollocks to come on and do their own, and obviously get it on the From the Shore channel. Let's have them all on there, because that'd be quite cool. Yeah. So yeah, if anyone out there wants to do it, yeah, have a go. And thank you for watching. If you have done. If you haven't, then you're not even going to know I've thanked you. And that doesn't make any fucking sense, does it? By the way, yeah, that's me done. Thank you. Take care. Be safe. And stay frosty. That's what I'll say. Stay frosty. And one final thing. I'm not fucking doing it. Goodbye.
I'll buy that for $1.
Almost forgot, because it's going on the From the Shore channel. Hopefully, if Tina's all right with that. I should say, if you like what you see on the channel, please do us all a favour, especially for Tina and Baz. Like, comment, subscribe, and enjoy. Oh, and there is a Patreon as well, if you are so inclined. So please check all that out. Most importantly, if we can get them likes in, subscribe, comments, it's all great, helps the channel grow. And yeah, fingers crossed. I don't know if I'll make it grow, because you know it's me, but still, you can give it a try. Nice one. Bye bye. Yes. What would my horror round mount? I'm gonna start that again. You feel free to cut that out, because I can't fucking speak now. Yeah, I've got my teeth in as well.